and good day, adventurers. Today we will be talking about real money. Not real money as in your dollars or your pesos or your euros or whatever, but a real money system to roleplay. I've never liked the extremely simplified and dumbed down currency system to Pathfinder and D&D and stuff like that, where it's like 10 copper equals a silver, 10 silver equals a gold, 10 gold equals a platinum, and for some reason swords and magical items cost thousands of gold, as well as carts and stuff. Like, you're telling me that people back in the day, when they needed a horse or something like that, the only people that could buy a horse, the absolute only people that could buy even a mule, were the extreme rich that had hundreds and thousands of coin? Like, that makes no sense to me. It doesn't. I don't know why a dagger costs 2 gold, which could buy shit tons of meals for everybody else. You know, just a lot of people had basic daggers back in the day. A simple short blade was something a lot of people had, and you're telling me that a normal commoner saved up for years to buy it? No, that's not the case. So I wanted a more simplified, it's still simplified in my opinion. It's simple to me because I've known it all this time. I apologize if it doesn't come off simple to you, but it is a real money system. So without further ado, let's get into the document, shall we? Alright, so let's bring up the document, and I don't know what I just clicked. Alright, and then let's make big me go away and little me appear. Alright, so here we have real money. Real money is a system that makes coin more interesting and more entertaining. So right off the bat, the first thing that I want to get out of the way is new conversion rates. 25 copper equals a silver, 50 silver equals a gold, 100 gold equals a platinum. The reason why I did it that way is because I wanted every next piece to be outstandingly worth more than the last one. So essentially, copper pieces is going to, let's just keep going and I'll keep reading. How to use the new coins. Copper is used for common goods such as food, drinks, small-time gear like backpacks, sacks, water skins, torches, etc. Copper is the money of the lower class, and thus isn't uncommon for a citizen to save up hundreds of copper pieces to pay rent or taxes, or even buy a new pack animal. A fast way to get used to the copper change is to convert anything you feel is mundane from gold and silver prices to copper prices. An example would be a blanket normally costs 5 silver, but this could be seen as mundane, so you could say it costs 5 copper instead. Don't forget to have fun and change up the price depending on who is selling and what kind of blanket is being sold. So extremely simplified, whatever costed in gold that you find is mundane should be costing copper now instead of gold. Just convert it down, or convert it down and add a 0 is another simplified way to do it. Convert it down, add a 0. Next is silver. Silver is the most common currency among the merchants and businesses of the world, and is the most common coin used to buy things like weapons, armor, animals, and transport such as carts and small boats. Silver is a poor man's savings and a rich man's pocket change. Silver goods are usually hidden under the house of the poor as a fail-safe, and thus why floors of the raided homes are usually torn up. Like with copper, a fast way to convert prices into the new system is to take weapons and armor and convert their prices from gold to silver, and also don't be afraid to downsize the worth of an item depending on its value in your world. Example, a dagger normally costs 2 gold, but why is a dagger so expensive? Change it to 2 silver and that seems more reasonable. Another example is a pistol. Pistols normally cost 1,000 gold pieces. My opinion is, even in a world where they are still new, they shouldn't cost as much as a magic item. So you not only convert it down to 1,000 silver pieces, but you can also reduce it to maybe 100 silver as well, still making it expensive but also reducing it to an actual buyable price. Next is gold. Gold is the deal maker and sometimes the deal breaker. Nobles use gold as a means of getting things done without having questions asked, and sometimes a single gold piece can change even the angriest businessman's tune. Is the contact not talking? Drop a small coin pouch on the table, and when he sees the gold coins, his lips will spill over with the info you need. Perhaps you just killed the contact. I bet if you give that coin pouch to the homeless man that saw you, he will spin a tale that will keep any guards busy looking for the wrong man. Think of gold as a means to an end. With this new system, gold should be seen as a conversation stopper, something that makes your party stop and think about what's going on, kind of like a man walking into a bar and showing off a briefcase of $100 bills. It's not normal, and anyone could use that cash. The fastest way to implement the new gold system is to use it for magic items and to reduce magic items to smaller prices that you see fit. So the magic items that you originally seen that cost thousands of gold, have them drop down to prices along the lines of like 10 gold to 15 gold to maybe 20, 30, possibly 100 gold if it's an extremely expensive item, because gold is a huge deal. It's a lot harder to get. You need 50 silver to a gold. It should be more important because 50 silver, that's 25 daggers. You know what I mean? And daggers should not be considered cheap items. They are still major craft items. They are still blacksmith craft. Blacksmith craft is not cheap. Finally, you have platinum. Platinum can easily buy you a shop as it could start a war. A rare and valuable metal, it is used as a means for the rich to have fun with each other without having to deal with the riffraff of the world. They are in the shadows betting and making deals with these rare coins. They can cause kingdoms to fall and businesses to crumble just by placing a single coin on one's table. Look at platinum the way it should have been in the first place. Think of it as having a very large bank account in the shape of a small coin. Most lowlifes that see it are instantly thinking on how to steal it and maybe even kill you for it, though they have never taken a life before. And businessmen that see it hit the table during an offer should show the fooling around is over. The coin is rare, and even kings should not have piles of it in their coffers. Not even mighty dragons should have more than a dozen or two in their of this precious coin. Another thing that you could do is implement with real money is the fact that each kingdom has a different coin set, and such coins need to be exchanged so as one can shop in another kingdom. A fast way to go about this is to choose one coin to be the default worth coin and change the others based on that coin. Some examples using my own custom world of Sirathil. We have Gothrion with coin. Their coin is called the Inti. It is worth 125% of the base amount, and it's 10 to a pound. Doreen is called a shilling. It's worth 109% and is 50 to a pound. Ariad is called chips. They're 103% worth, and they're 25 to a pound. Hone is the flat middle way. Their coins are called cuts. They're worth 100%, and they are 50 to a pound. Nozirian's coins are called pieces. They're 94% worth of value, and they're 60 to a pound. Olaf Lund are called pennies, and they're 88% worth the value, and are 40 to a pound. And Eliac Isles are called shells. They're 64% the value, and 100 to a pound. Now, the reason why I'm changing the pound weight is because it changes their value. For an example, the reason why, just a little insight, I'll go more in depth on the individual coins of my Sirathil kingdoms when I go over the individual detailed information for each kingdom. But just to give a little idea of why it is that some of these coins are so different is because the Gothrion coins are 10 to a pound and are worth 127% the value, because Gothrion's coins are big slates. You know, they look like a dollar bill, but it's an entire slate of a coin. While Eliac Isles shells are 100 to a pound, it's because they are small hollowed coins. They are coins with holes in them, so that way they usually keep them on strings on their belt. And that's how they use their coins. And so, and that just gives you an idea, because it's the first one's it's worth a lot more material, while the Eliac Isles coin has got barely any material to be worth anything. So just giving you an idea. And then here's how I do this. I can understand that to someone who's more mathematically inclined than I am, that they might know a more simplified way to do this. If you do know a more simplified way to do this, don't be afraid to put it in my comments section. I might star it or do whatever I can to make it the top comment, so that way it is seen by everybody, because I want to make sure that converting up and converting down is as easy as it can be. So to find the conversion, take the difference in percents and multiply the total by the percent and minus the answer rounded up from the total. An example, 50 cuts to inti. Cuts are 100%, inti are 127%. The difference is 27%. So 27% of 50 is 13.5. Since we are converting up, you round up, making it 14, then minus 14 from 50, and you have 36. That is the answer. So if I'm converting my 50 cuts to inti, it turns into 36 inti. Converting down, to find the answer, the conversion, take the difference in percents and multiply the total by the percent and add the answer rounded down from the total. An example of this is 50 chips to shells. Chips are worth 103%, shells are worth 64%. The difference is 39%. So 39% of 50 is 19.5. Since we are converting down, you round down, making it 19, then add 19 to 50, and you have 69 shells. That is the easiest way that I could find to navigate this and find the differences in the conversion rates. And then we're not done. One thing, and more things that you could play with, I should say, not one, but more, is bonds. Another thing you could add to your game to make the economy more fun is paper bonds. Paper bonds can be a thing added to by the bank or governments as a way to leave your coin with the bank and yet still be entitled to your money, but with it safely stowed away back in town. This can be used by players to gain money by trading currency back and forth between countries/kingdoms, or just to avoid having to carry pounds and pounds of coin. But this comes with a risk. Unless the party is very famous or has a way to mark their bonds as theirs, these bonds can be stolen easily or even destroyed. Many fire spells destroy flammable items on the people caught in their destructive path, similar to how lightning melts coins. Fire would turn the bonds to ash. It adds more gain and more risk to your world when it comes to currency. New rules with real money would be merchants do not convert money, so if you don't have the proper coin, go get your coins converted and try to make a bargain. Gems, bars, and other expensive items may be valuable, but merchants will not accept them as payment unless you roleplay it. So you're going to have to convince the person to accept a bar of gold or a gem as payment, because they want money, they want currency. If you're giving them a gem, they need to go find a way to convert that gem into coin. They need to find somebody to sell it to, and hopefully they get the amount that they thought that they could get for it. And then last but not least is a little bit of information on Cyrithil's coins. The strongest economy in Cyrithil is Hone, and their coin, the Cuts, hold the average coin worth amongst the 7 kingdoms. Gothrion's coin, the Inti, are worth the most throughout the land, being made thick and very few. Their coins are very heavy slates and are 10 to a pound. The Eliac Isles holds the weakest coin. Their shells are very thin, light, and small coins with holes in them. There is 100 shells to a pound. They were minted several times to pay off trades and contracts with other countries. This caused their economy to fall. Older coins from their culture are worth a small fortune if found, though. Olaflund has second weakest coin. The pennies are not much heavier than the average coin, only 40 to a pound, and made with a mix of metals, but with so many in circulation, this has caused them to drop in value, as well as their country being nearly flooded with the Eliac shells. Doreen has the second strongest coin. Their shillings weigh just as much as the common cuts, but with so few in circulation, their value are quite high. The last coins left are the Nazirian pieces, the Ariad chips, and the Azirian dollar. The Azirians are what the old country was called before they split into 2 countries known today as Nozirian and Ariad. Azirian dollars are worth a small fortune just like the old shells of the Eliac Isles, but the pieces and chips aren't as lucky. Due to the war between both countries, mistakes and desperations come hand in hand with war, as does fame and fortune. Ariad has made some smart financial choices, making their coin the third highest valued coin. Thick 25 to a pound coin, then chips hold more value than the average cuts, but this has made their country weak in other areas. Nozirian's pieces are the third weakest coins due to multiple mintings and their thin 60 coins to a pound nature, but Nozirian has a strong military to make up for their weak economy. So there we go, we have real money. I hope you guys enjoyed this little system. I hope you guys use it. Go ahead, let me know if you have ideas of how to make it better, how it should work. If you have a better conversion rate for going up and down on a system like this, go ahead and let me know. I'd love to hear it. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want to see this document, the link is in the description below. And I hope that you guys have a safe adventure.